yourself. Okay, I got it. And now, this is fragment. This is really a fragment of a big wall. And if you see here, it is on the arch, and the top part is completely destroyed, and it was never renovated, and at least when I was there in 2014. And our task will be this pattern that we have here. So if you, I have a few photographs. Okay, here is another photograph, a fragment, and here is another fragment. So let me to talk about the general overview. If you are looking very carefully at this pattern, okay, you can see that here. Okay, I will just make my mic. Yes, this is the mirror line, and the top and bottom part are the same. Now we are going to the right like this, and then we can go to the right like this, and there's nothing more we can do because the rest is missing. Now, if you look at this from this point of view, that's a curve, so I cannot draw just a single line. Okay, guys, please switch your microphones, okay? Okay, and that is going this way and like this. And finally, we are going this way, and this way. So you can imagine that we have here 5 patterns like this one, and then this is the mirror copy of the bottom one. So we could start from this place or this place, depends on what you prefer. Okay, and then look, here is something strange. This part, this rectangle, is not the same like this rectangle. That's a different pattern. Okay, you can compare them quickly, but you will see that there's something different. It is first of all, it is shorter than this one, and there is no symmetry line here, so you cannot really. Well, you could probably cut it like this. Okay, but this top part will be not the same like this one. Why? Because even if you cut it here, then this piece, which is here, will be below the cutting line. Okay, so if you say, okay, I can treat this as a mirror line, at least for some fragment, not general. So the shape like this, it is coming here. Okay, so we have to just remove it. So in fact, we have to deal with 2 patterns. One like this one, and another one like this one. And this, what we have here, is a composition of these 2 patterns. So it will be quite hard work. And now let's look at this, what we have got here. Okay, and now look, that's the bottom part that goes like this. Okay, and then it goes like this, and then the top part is here, and then it is here, and of course the mirror line is going somewhere. So these are the 2 parts which we have to investigate. Now I just made a fragment. This is from somewhere here, and look, this pattern, it is a really interlaced pattern, because, for example, this line is going over, then is hiding under this one, and then is going over. But just in order to not get a big mess, we will just make it non-interlace, and you can try to make interlace just using the same way. but this is another story. We still have a lot of things to do for today. And then this is where we are. These two parts, the bottom part and the top part, and we'll concentrate on each of them just in a moment. Now, let me to go to the tools. These are the tools that we made recently. So the file was updated recently. Well, not recently, today morning. And I added to this pattern these shapes. So these are the shapes that look like the colors from a Karate Madrasa, this color. And then this one will be used as a background. So for example, if you just make a pattern like this one, okay, and then if you put it down, okay, and then if you make it this color, okay, so we will get some, let's say, not very strong contrast, but if you are looking at the Karate Madrasa, the contrast between this darker blue and then the other one is not really very big. Lines are thicker, so we could make these lines thick, okay, just like this, okay, and we'll get something similar to the Karate Madrasa. At the moment, I prefer to deal with lines that are thin, and this is what we have. So this is the new file. I added here colors for Karate Madrasa. So we have 3 sets of colors. Then we have the standard tools that we were using in the past. Then you have the interlace patterns. Okay, so you know them quite well. And in fact, you can use them in this design, but there will be a few new pieces. And then you have this tool, which I need for making decagons. We will need it, okay. And then I call them single line, the tall trapezium or long triangle, okay. So that's the one here. And then you have all other things. So everything is ready for the work for today. Now, let me to put it down, okay, and go to here. You see, this is what I was talking about colors. You have 2 types of, okay, really there's more colors, but we cannot play with colors up to infinity. This is not our goal, but you have lighter colors like this one, and we have darker colors like this one. So if you take, yes, if you take the Karate Madrasa colors, they will be matching more or less, okay. Oh, look at this, for example. Okay, even like this, okay. So now you see the color inside of this, and this square is fine. And then if you look at this color and this color, there's almost no difference. But you remember, each of these shapes has slightly different colors. So we are just simplifying everything by taking 2 colors and saying, okay, that's fine. The black one is not really the black one like here. It is much darker. And this is the border that is around. We may need it later if we want to proceed. Okay, let's cut it like this. Okay, now I will take this pattern and I will just go to the next page. So the blank page, and then we can start talking. Yes, and we can start to make it slightly bigger. We have enough of space. I even can put it to the left, so it will be fine. And now let's try to draw on it. And drawing on it looks like this. So what kind of color? I think yellow will be fine. Then we are drawing this way. And of course, we are drawing it this way, and then here it is. So this is what we are getting out of the larger pattern. Okay, it looks like this, and you can see what we are having here. The unusual thing is around here. These shapes are unusual. We never had anything like this, so this is the innovation from the Karate Madrasa, and it is really nice work. You can apply the same trick in many other patterns. I will show you it later. But now let's start drawing around this. So first of all, let's try to identify things that we know already. Okay, you can start anywhere, but if you look around like this, okay, you remember in one of the classes that we had a way to fill decagon in such a way like this. Okay, so that's a good thing. We can recognize it, and I think everybody can do it in this group. Okay, and then going down like this, and then that's a second hexagon. Okay, and then what else we have here? Okay, look, this is what we are having. Okay, that's the story here. And of course, if you have this, then you can just close this star. It is like this, and automatically, almost automatically, we are getting this thing. Okay, the same is here. So we got something. Now, what else we can do? Look, this is again star. So we can just finish it like this. And this star is giving us another decagon, nicely done in such a way like here. Okay, and of course, one more that is crossed out. And then, of course, we have to do this way and this way. Did we got everything? I think we got everything. So we got construction of a number of decagons, and these are typical Anatolian Seljuk designs. This is very typical for them. In Iran, you don't find this quite often, but in Anatolia, this is very often used shape. And also when you are going to Istanbul, you will find many designs using precisely this thing. Now, there is something here that will make our life more difficult. Look at this. If you have something like this, you expect that you will get this. Okay, you expect something that looks like this. And this is really a mistake. And you will see later why this is mistake. Simply, this line is not going this way. It is going slightly further, just like this. Okay, so that's the one thing. And the same thing we are getting here. Okay, and this is something just this way. Now, if you just look at this part here, there's the lines are slightly slant. Okay, so we will have to fight with this part, but this will be not a big problem really for us. The only thing is that we will not be able to make shortcuts, just make a template for the shape and do it. We will have to just make it from scratch. Now, last week we were talking about what? About patterns in Maraga Tower. Maraga tomb. If you look at this design, this is precisely the same geometry. I will just take this. Okay, make it blue, make it very thick, and look at this. This is nice pentagon like this one. So we are in exactly the same shape that we had last week, going down and going up. So this is what we are having. This is exactly the same scheme. Pattern is different, but we more or less at this moment, we know what to do with this. So we can proceed with design without much trouble. Then we'll solve this thing because this thing is completely different and I don't want to draw anything here. Okay, so let's start. There's a line, black, and then a medium, okay, and then construct two perpendicular lines. These two lines are thin, okay, and just look, this is what we are doing here, okay, just divisions, okay, dividing angle into parts like this, okay. So we will be following precisely the same steps that we did for Karate Madrasa. So let's rotate, transform, rotate, minus 18 degrees. You remember this, and I hope you can repeat this on your own. And then rotate it again, transform, rotate it again, and transform, rotate it again. Okay, so we got these thin lines. We have to finish here. So this is the top part of the edge. Okay, and now we can just make fat lines. So that's the part, the bottom part. We have to do exactly the same with the top part. Okay, so take one of the lines, transform, start rotating it. Okay, next rotation will give us this one. So rotate this one and transform, rotate this one. So these three lines are coming from this vertex, and these four lines are coming from this vertex. And now what we can do really, look, that's the point, and that's the point. This is the point that we are using for drawing this thing. We could use also this point, okay? So that's like this and like this. And having this, we can start drawing our pentagons. Pentagons, this is the easiest part for this job. So the pentagons are blue, yes, and make them fat. So these are fat pentagons like this one, and then like this one. Okay, no, you have to just be careful because, and then is this. Okay, do we need this one? Well, probably no, but just let's make everything in proper order. So we make these fat pentagons. Now we have to finish this bottom part. The easiest thing is double click on the bottom edge, take this point down, okay, and then draw this line. So we have the bottom part ready, and the same we are doing with this point. So transform, reflect, okay? By double click, I make this mirror, and then I get this. Okay, so this is what we got. That's a blue thing. And the blue thing is just everything what we needed for this design. Okay, let's move to the next page because it is much better to leave something behind. And now select all lines, make them solid because I don't want to have these some dashes, some not. Okay, I don't need circles. The circles were used and we can hide them. The rest is fine. The thin lines we can leave, we don't need them, but sometimes you need an axis, a mirror, so it is convenient to keep them here. And in such a case, I have to go back to my tools, okay, and then, yes, the points for decagon. You remember what it was, okay? These were the points for making a decagon. Yes, and I think in most of the cases, this what we start here will be absolutely enough. Because what we do now we are just taking our decagon. I hope you still have your decagon, or maybe we should add a decagon and pentagon to the to our toolbox. No, but look at this. This is what we are doing. And we did this in the previous case, and we are doing it now. So life is easy if we are using Sketchpad. If we are not using Sketchpad, you can always take a tracing paper and copy everything the way you want. Okay, so look, this is what we are getting. And practically, we can start drawing our pattern. So what we can do. Okay, now look. Despite of this, what happened here, this thing can be solved in a nice way. And this is what we did for, yes, okay. This is what we did for karate, for Maraga. For Maraga, we had the same corner. Okay, so we did something like this. Okay, we did something like this, but here the solution is different. Here the solution is putting this thing here, not, okay, so let's remove these things and let's see what we will get when we'll put here the long hexagon, okay? So a long hexagon, this is, okay, not like this, okay? I have to just take another copy of this. Okay, look at this. This is what is happening with the long hexagon here. It looks like this, okay? It is going slightly out. So this is the only trouble in this area. And of course, we can do this the same here. This will be not a problem for us. Now, what else we have to bother? Look at this. This part is on the edge. This decagon and this decagon is on the edge. This is the same case like in Maraga. Then you have this decagon and this one on the edge. So we cannot fill them just with the Seljuk type of pattern. We have to do something different. And what is done here? Look, this is this. So we have to just go to the tools, okay, the long hexagon, and then look, this is the long hexagon, okay. I can swap. No, but I made this wrong, okay. A long hexagon is in the bottom. Okay. And then it is going like this. And it is, of course, going like this. So if I remove this thing, look what I'm getting. I'm getting precisely area for this shape. This is this one, and then this. So this thing we did already. Now let's look at this. Here they did precisely the same. So what we do this, okay, and then we do this, and then we do this, and then we can wipe out the middle part. So we got this part, okay? Now, how it is going here? In here, you're getting this shape on top, and then we are getting it like this and like this. Again, we have to remove this part. Now, in the bottom thing, we got here. So again, oh yeah. So this is yes, and then yes, and then yes, and again. Okay, remove this. Okay, so I think we got more or less everything done, and we have all tessellation tiles here, no red lines. So this means simply less work, and then document options, add, duplicate this page. This is fine. Okay, now in such a case, we can start filling it, but first of all, we don't need any more these lines. Okay, so we can remove them. Okay. Okay, we just remove them. We don't need them. The thin line we can still leave. And now let's try to fill this with pattern. Yes, okay, and let's me to make it even bigger than I have now. So I can go up like this. That's fine. It will still make it bigger and bigger because sometimes we'll need many things. Okay, now let's go to our tools, okay, and then start. No. Okay, I'm just kidding. Kite, no, that's a rhombus. So I need the rhombus. You see, this is what I'm getting for the rhombus, like this. And this is just a feeling what was prepared for this class. Okay, do we have any more rhombi? No. Okay, so if we don't have rhombi, look at this. In this part, there are no rhombi. Outside of decagons, there's, okay, now the next thing, what we have to do, a tall trapezium. Okay, I call it tall trapezium, but you can call it differently. So this is this. And then what else we have to do? Yes. Okay, so this is where we are getting to. Yes, and then let's look for hexagon. Okay, now filling hexagon is like this. We don't need to fill the outside part. Just remember we are doing non-interlace design. So this way we don't need to bother too much about having 4 copies. Okay, so we got what we wanted, and now let's start filling the other decagons. And for this purpose, we have this kite. So now we have to just look at the kite and see, okay, is this correct? Yeah, it is going this way. Okay, so now like this. Yes, and then again another one. Yes, we have to just take this thing and just go like this. This fine, and then we are getting it through. Now there's something wrong. Okay, you see what happened? That's what often happens. This thing, but you can always try this trick, just to merge these points. Not always it works, but okay. So we had the second part finished, and this is nice thing. And now we have to finish this thing. So we're starting from here, and I think this is what we are getting. You remember the problems with the order, so I'm just trying to be very, very careful. And this way I got this part. And now what I can do, okay, I can fill this bottom part. Yeah, I think is correct. Okay, so this is what we got. Okay, fine. So the major part is done. We don't need these polygons, so we can hide them. Yes, and this one. Yeah, okay. Hide and show. So we have here a box, something to hide these polygons. If we hide them, we are getting quite uniform design, so we are okay. Now, look what is happening here. We have two problems to solve, really. This area and this area, and you can try any of them. That's not a big deal. So let's do this first, the corner part, because it is much easier. Okay. So in our tools, there is the angle 72 degrees. You remember this angle? We made it and we sometimes use it. So now we can start using it. So line, line, line. Okay, so we got these lines. Okay, and of course I don't need these extra lines, so I can remove them, hide them. Okay, I don't need this one also. And now this thing should be thin line. Okay, this is thin line, the color. Okay, it is not really black, but something like this. And of course, we should fill this with pattern, with the polygon, just like, okay, I don't know why I am getting all recently white color. Okay, so that's the thing here. Okay, so we solved this problem. If you hide all these polygons, you see what you're getting. You're getting quite nice thing. Okay, now we have to do precisely the same in the left corner. So let's do it here. And let's do it here. And now we can draw lines. Like this one. Okay, so this thing is quite simple. And now polygons. Okay, so we got this part, and now we can hide these lines again just to get rid of them. Okay, so we got this part, and let's move to the next page because we have to start completely new task. Yeah. Okay, so next page. Okay. Now let's try to draw something. Just draw without really bothering much. Look at this. You're going like this. Okay, and let's make it yellow. And then going to this, and then we have something like this. Okay, then we're getting this, and then again we are drawing to somewhere here, and like this, and this way, and this way. Okay, and this way, and of course we could do the same on this side. So it is like this. Okay, listen. At this moment, I was a bit cheating you. Well, it's not really not cheating, but look, I'm trying to just go back to the shapes that we know. We know this shape because we already used it. Okay, so we are quite fine with this shape, and in fact, we can use it. Yes, okay, if you go to the tools, okay, this is this. Okay, so this is this shape. This is this shape. And here's this one. Okay, but what about the missing part? And then what about this part? First of all, you have to remember that's not really a decagon, a proper decagon, because some of the edges are longer, some of the edges are shorter. Okay, this edge is short. So we will have to just play a bit and get it right. Now, I need a new page, add a blank page, okay, and I need what? Okay, if I go to my, okay, I need the, okay, that is this what I need. Listen, in our new approach, it means in this what we are just having, we need a shape like this. Okay, so let's remove this one. I will need this line, just keep it for the symmetry. Okay, but of course, I can get this point and I can forget about the rest. Now, again, go to Tools, angle 72 degrees. That's one angle. That's another angle. That's one more. Yes. Okay, and then I need one line more here, so I just make reflection. Okay, and this is what I got, is the shape that we were having here. Okay, because we need a thing like this. So now let's start drawing lines. Just to here. Okay, I will make it fat at the moment because otherwise you will not see what I am doing. And then look, I have to go up to this and I have to create a shape like this. Okay, so this is what we need. We need a shape like this. Just compare this with, okay, something that looks like this. Here is a big rhombus and here is a triangle. So here is a big rhombus and here is the triangle. Only if we make the lines fat, the triangle will be really triangle, okay, and the rhombus will cover everything. Now let's take colors, or not this one, okay. Okay. Now, okay, the tools. This is this, okay. And then let's try to make everything the way we want. We don't want these lines. So, okay, hide these lines. And now these edges are this color. Okay, and these lines are thin. Okay, so we have thin lines, and now we can finish. Yes, okay, just like this. And this will be this color. Okay. And then the second part, it is just like this. Okay, if we get this, then we have practically everything ready for our design. And now let's hide. Not everything really. There is still a lot of work. Yes, okay. I even will keep this point. Okay. So hide objects. Yes. I don't need this. I don't need this. Okay. I left these 2 points. Okay. And let's keep them yellow. Okay. Because these points will be just giving us some important hint. Yes, okay, display, hide this line. I don't need the line. Okay, I think I got what I want. And now make a new tool, and how we can call this tool. Okay, I think this is a pentagon. Okay, single line. Okay, so this is what I got. Let's check if it is working. Fine, I got it working properly. Okay, I don't want to have any new point yellow because, okay, color. I wanted only these specific points to be yellow, not every point. Okay, so now if I make a new point, it is still white point. Okay, go to the previous page and now start filling it with this new thing. Okay, single pattern line. Look how nicely it is fitting here. How nicely it is fitting here. So we are getting somewhere in a good way. Okay, I think this is a good moment to make a break. Okay, so maybe I will just try to make the same here and the same here. And of course, I have to add what I wanted to add here. Yes, okay, tall trapezium. This is what I need. Okay. And now is good time to make a break. After the break, we will finish this thing, we'll finish this part, and then we'll start talking about the other part. It means the pattern that we have on this thing. Okay, so this is where we are. Okay, 5 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, how many of you I got today? 27 people. Yes, I think we can start if you are ready.
Yes, Professor.
Okay,
Okay.
so let's continue this design. Now, in this case, I said we don't have really decagons, but we have to make the decagon at least artificially so we can continue this work. So how to make artificial decagon? The best thing is just take this point, take this line, and construct perpendicular line like this. Yes, okay, color black, and then this is thin line. And if you do this, then you're getting these points. Now, then again, this point, construct perpendicular line, you're getting this point. And of course, this way, construct perpendicular line like this. Okay, so we really made thing that looks like, okay, this is decagon. It doesn't fit really into our design because what we did, okay, this decagon is going, okay, just like here. I will make it red, so we made some artificial decagon that doesn't fit into our tessellation at all, but we really don't need to bother too much. Okay, and I can even draw these lines like here. So that's our new decagon. The same we can do here. Okay, so what we do, just like this. Okay, let's keep it like this. Yes, okay, and then yes, and now this is what we are getting. And these lines here, this one, and this one, I can make thin and I can make them black. So I got again. Now, if you look here or here, we have to make a rosette, but this rosette is just falling farther from this point. So if you just try to draw okay, so look at this. We finished everything like this, and this rosette is somewhere here. So we have to just try to find a way how to make a rosette for this area and this area also. I will just add some extra color for this part. And this is where we, okay, maybe not this one, maybe this one. It will be more convenient. No, fine. Okay, and make it the same thing. Okay, and now I can hide all other polygons because I don't need it. And now we will be talking about having a rosette here, but this rosette will be somewhere far away and not in this corner. So let's make it. Okay, first, this is, now you see why I needed these points. Okay, this was the reason for having these points. Yes, and we can extend the line to here, and then if I make a reflection, okay, I got this, and this is perfectly fine because this is this edge, okay, this is precisely this edge. So whatever we do here, we have to just now find a way to cut it down and make a petal like this, okay. And this is not really difficult part because we know how these things working. So we can just take this and this angle bisector. Okay, so this is this, and then we have to make parallel line. Okay, and this will be giving us the shape for rosette. But listen, in Konya design, these petals are longer than usually. If you look at this, okay, these are not typical petals that we used to have. This edge is longer than this one. This edge is longer than this one. So if we do something like this, we will be probably quite fine, but many people will say that is wrong, okay, because this will be what we are getting. Okay, I will make it. Okay, so this will be our petal that will be looking closer to the Konya design than we normally do. Okay, it should be even shorter. This is the difference between this one and this one is very hard to measure, really. Okay, if you want to have it differently, you can cut it out. Okay, just what I have to say in this moment, this is one of the possible options that is close to the Konya design. Okay, but if you don't do this, then you can also think about building a rosette here this way. Okay, this is the line that is. Okay, and then you're doing the rosette in exactly the way like normally we do. It is similar to the previous one, really. Okay, so that is this, okay, and then, okay. Okay, so you're getting something that looks like more or less a standard rosette, okay? But this is really up to you how you are just doing these things. So if we agree that this is what we want, okay, so with this what we getting looks this way, this way. Okay, I just missed some line. Okay, I need this line because this line is yes, okay, and also I need okay, and I can also do this, but okay, so now I can start drawing the pattern that we have here. Just I will make it thick. Okay, it is like this, okay. Okay, so this way we are getting something that looks like this. Okay. Okay, now just so this is where we are going. What we are trying to do, a thing that looks like, okay, but I don't want to make this thing again and again and again. So I prefer to make a proper tool so I can only feel everything. So for this reason, I need to just measure this angle, how much it will be. Okay, measure this angle. This is 36 degrees. And then we can proceed on a separate page with this. Look, what we can do, we can take a triangle, we can take midpoint, we can draw two lines, 36 degrees, and we can make the rosette as a tool. And this is what I need for this design. Okay. Yes, okay. Why I don't have my... Okay. I just need my toolbox, but I cannot get everything. Okay. Why this thing? Okay. Listen, simply I have just a minor problem. Let's wait a moment. I will save something. Okay. Yes, okay. Now I have... Can I get to my toolbox? No. Okay, I got it. Fine. Okay, so let's repeat this what we did before, but just for the single triangle. Okay, long triangle. Let's make it like this. This is what we are having. Okay. Now line. Okay. From this point, make a perpendicular line. Okay. Make both lines thin. And then, of course, we need also the edges for the pentagon like this. Okay, so that is fine. And now what we do, take this point, transform, rotate only 36 degrees. You remember what it was. Okay, and then transform, reflect. Okay, so this is what is coming out of this pentagon, strange pentagon. Okay, that was here. Yes, and then what we do, just reflect, because always the angle of reflection should be like this. And now we have to think about how we can develop the pattern for this part. Listen, if you do this, okay, then we will be just doing exactly the same what we do for the normal rosette. So we take this thing, construct angle bisector. Okay, and in this case, we expecting to have things like this. So we do this. Okay, and now we do this line, but this line should be solid. Okay, so this will be what we'll be having for the proper petal. Now reflect, and what we have to reflect, this and this point. Okay, we don't need much more. And now reflect. Okay, and now reflect. Okay, so we get a thing that looks like this, and now we can start filling it with color. So that's a color for this shape, and then just like this, and then we get this. If you want, you can even have this part with different color, so you can just add here a color that it will be darker. Okay, just like this one. Okay, but because this will be the center of the rosette, so make it even more dark. Okay, so we will have the center of the rosette with such a color. Now, in this moment, what we can do is just hide all these lines. Okay. Hide these lines. Okay. So this is what we don't need. Okay, we need segments because I forgot completely about them. And this is the segment of this specific color. Okay, so and here. And now let's make a tool out of this. First, we don't need this background. We don't need all these points. Yes. And I think we got perfectly this what we wanted. So we're selecting the bottom points. And then we make a new tool. And how we will call this? Okay, central rosette. Okay. And now we can go back to our area. First of all, we have to wipe out our yes, okay. And we have to start putting things into this place. Okay, so what was our tool? It's the central rosette. It fits quite nicely into this part. So we can just add this point. We need 2 points, okay? So this is this, and then in the bottom part, and then again, we need this point. So reflect it, use the tool. Okay, and I think we just finally went to something that we needed to finish. Okay, now let's try to hide everything, but first add duplicate page 7, because on the page 8 we have 9, we have tools. Lines, all lines, edit, select all lines, display hide lines. Okay, you see how nicely it is getting. Now we don't need this thing. So we have to hide these segments. Okay, now we have to clean the edges. And then we have to clean this side. What about the bottom part? The bottom part is not very complicated. Okay, and then the top part, the same. Okay, and we can even put it here and check how it works, but I don't think that, okay, just take this thing. Okay, so if you try to make, okay, just points, edit, select all points. Just keep this point because it is useful to have corners. Okay, so if you take this pattern, we can just move it to this area like this, okay, and then make this thing. Okay, and no, not this one. I just want to okay, I think we got more or less the same. You see, you cannot really trust the photo because the photo is made with some angle. So when you have a photo made from an angle, it is squeezed, it is stretched and so on. But anyway, this is what we are getting. Okay. And of course, I don't want to. And now you can make something bigger out of this. It means remove this thing, and then reflection. Okay, this thing can be. And now, okay, here we are missing some elements, but that is not really important. Okay, and now let's go to the colors. Yes, the Karate Madrasa colors. Let's choose the big one, the darker one, and let's put it here. Okay. Here there are missing segments because we are not careful when we were making copies. So okay, and now send it to back. Okay, and this way we got the Karate Madrasa pattern that looks like this. Okay, of course, well, you can do quite a lot because you can change the color for the segments and make them more contrasting, blacker, and so on. But this is what we did. So let's save this. Okay, this is class file. Okay, and let's keep it because we have tools that we created here. Okay, so the single line pentagon, yes, and then the central rosette. But we can do other thing. Okay, we can just go to tools. Okay, and then we can import this, what we get. Okay, so tool options, copy tool from the karate madrasas, a single line pentagon, and then copy another tool, the central. Okay, and now let's see how it works. So the central rosette. Okay, so and the single line pattern, it is here. Okay, so our toolbox is already full. Now we can take this thing, we can hide this thing or save this thing. Okay, and then go to the next example. Well, next example, not really. Okay, let me to go back. Okay, sorry for this thing. Yes. Okay. I forgot that we have two patterns to do. So let's go to the beginning and let's see what we have to do. Okay, that's the second pattern. Okay, because in this page we started already working. So let's take this pattern and let's make, okay, paste picture. Okay, the picture can be bigger or smaller. This really depends on what we want. Yes, and then, okay, that's the best way of resizing photos, just like this, okay? And then we can remove the point. Now, what we have here looks like this. This is one of the symmetry lines. Then here is another one. Then, of course, here is another one. And the bottom one is going this way. There's absolutely no way to change anything. And that's a very quick job, in fact, because what you do, look, what we're getting. We are getting this. So that's precisely the same story that we had in the previous example. Okay, and then we have this. If you look at this, this is another decagon. And then what we are having, okay, here there is one more decagon. This way. And of course, you can just build the star, but the star is giving you this thing, and the star is giving you. Okay, so what we got really in this case, let me to draw the thick lines like we did this in the previous case. One line, thick and blue. Then is another line, thick and blue. It is going this way. It is going this way. And it is going somewhere here. And then it is going this way. So now you see the structure of for the geometry of this pattern. So these blue lines are making for us practically everything. And then you have here decagon. Here you have, I think, part of the pentagon. Okay, yeah, that will be part of the pentagon. So you may expect that there will be line going this way, and then it will be line going this way, and somewhere here, just like this. This will be trapezium with the same trick that we had before. And here it is part of something that doesn't exist, but we have to deal with this and we have to make it. Okay, so now let's try to look what will happen if we start drawing lines. Okay, so this is what we are getting when we divide this angle into parts. So let's start, but we have to start from the top because this is more convenient. It is very difficult to start from the bottom. Okay, so starting from the top, medium and yes, and then construct two perpendicular lines like this. Okay, and then of course we have to start rotating them. So transform, rotate 90 degrees by 5. This is what we're getting. This is our first line. Okay, that's the second line. Then the third line. And then the fourth line. And now look, this point and this point, their distance from this vertex is the same because this is the edge of pentagon, this is the diagonal. So this point will be the same like this one. So we need only just one circle, okay, and this will show us where we have to finish. This is second line, and this point we have to finish. So that's the point. And we are saying this is where we have to. So construct perpendicular line, and we are getting this. So we got our contour. Let's make fatter line. Okay, and then look, from here, from this point to this point, we're getting edge of pentagon. Then from this point to this point, we are getting edge of pentagon. So let's start drawing. That's a blue. Thick and blue. Then this is what we're getting. Okay. So these are the two edges of the pentagon. The rest is easy because what we do, we just have to make a circle, another circle, and one circle more. Okay, we don't need such a fat circle, so we can make them thinner. And then we can start. Okay, that's something is wrong. Okay, can I fix this? I cannot merge them. So what I can do, I can just well, I really don't need this. Okay, I will need this. Yeah. And now continue. This is the blue line and very thick. This is the blue line, very thick. And then is a very blue. Yes. And what else I need? I need also this. I need this point on the other side. So I can just draw the trapeze. Okay, you see, we are just progressing precisely the same way like in the previous case, only the tessellation is slightly different. Okay, add, duplicate page 10. Okay, and now let's hide all these circles. And also let's hide this because we don't need this. And again, we built, make it bigger, okay? We built pentagons, we built decagons exactly on the edges of these things. So let me to go back to tools, okay? And then what I need, okay, decagon points. And now, this should be really enough. If you start like this, then you will be absolutely enough. You will be getting decagons one by one. So first is this decagon, then is the second decagon, then is the third decagon, then is the next decagon, then is of course this one, and then is this one. Okay, so this way we got what we wanted. This is our tessellation. Now, if you look what is happening here, you can always say this. Okay, I have thing like this, okay, and of course I need one more. Okay. Why I'm drawing this? We replaced this shape by something that is shorter, just like this. But it is worth to look at this from different point of view. There are many patterns, really many patterns, yes, based on this type of tessellation. You remember, we did so many of them. So in this case, every time when you're getting situation like this, you may always think, okay, I have something similar to the pattern from Konya. So if I modify this part, if I change these hexagons into this, what we created just a moment ago, okay, the single line pentagon. So we will be able to put a pattern like this. So in this case, the pattern from Konya is giving you opportunities for so many nice designs. Every time when you get things like this, when you have hexagon, hexagon, and hexagon, just shorten them, remove these parts, okay, and then build whatever you do. So I will just write here a note, okay, smaller. Yes. Yes, and this. Okay, I wrote pink shapes because what I really mean, okay, this is, I make it pink, okay, and also this one and this one, I also make it pink. Where's the pink color? Okay, but slightly lighter, so, okay. So each pink shape you can remove and then replace it by what? Okay, by something that looks like this. Okay. Okay, by shape like this. Okay, and I will make it brown. No, this would be too dark. Okay. So this is the shape that is coming here. Okay, so instead of pink things, you have to put here the brown thing. Okay, and you have to put the brown thing. The rest is just staying as it is, no problem. So this is what they said: remove pink shapes. This one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and replace everything by something like this. Okay, next page. Okay, so let's do what I wrote here. Pink thing, pink thing, pink thing, pink thing, pink thing, pink thing. Okay, so this is what we do. Okay, and of course, yes, okay. Now send it to back. Okay, so this is what we'll be getting. Okay, and in such case, we can start progressing with this pattern, no problem at all. Just try to get things done in a proper way. First, what we are feeling. Yes, okay, single line rhombus. So we had rhomb here. Okay, we have rhombus here. And of course, we need to put, okay. So we just use the rhombus here. And the same way we use the rhombi. Okay, so with the rhombi, there's no problem at all, okay? And then with other things. So, yes, okay, and then okay, the kite. So let's try to fit our kites like this. But listen, you know that each of these shapes you can change to anything else, and there will be no problem with this at all. So you can do really whatever you want. Okay, so and now, yes, and how it is going here, it is going like this. If you put them in different order, there will be in different direction, there will be absolutely nothing wrong with this. Okay, so this is what you're getting. And now, okay, now the corners. Look, here is this. So what we have to do, remove this part. Okay, and then put here a hexagon, We don't need this one, so there's no need really to put it here. Okay, so that's the hexagon that is, just be careful. Yeah, that's the one that is coming here. Okay, and if we put it like this, then we have to put another one like this. Now, with this corner, you remember the story that we had here. So if we want to make the pattern that is similar like the previous one, we have to fill this way. Okay, now, so in this case, we can start filling everything with pattern. Yes, okay, but let me to do not kite, not hexagon, tall trapezium. Okay, so we are just putting. And of course, we need to put them here. We need to put them like this. Okay, and then yes, okay, we have this part. Okay, so this is okay. So no. Okay, so this is where what we have to do, because here you're getting this shape. Okay. Okay, and now finishing this thing. Okay. Yes, okay, so this is what we're getting. Now let's finish this part first because it is, oh no, we still have hexagons. So tools, hexagon. Yes. Okay, so hexagons are done already. Now this corner. The corner is quick job. Okay, no, angle. And this way, what we do, line. Let's make it just black without much bothering. Okay, and then what we have to do, we have to fill with this should be the same color that we have here. Okay, so you see what is happening here. We got perfectly fine. Now, next page. Okay, and let's start removing these tessellation tiles because we really don't need them. So hide them. Okay, now we are left only with this part. I will remove them in a moment, but first let's go to tools and then single line. Okay. If you're getting something like this, then remember this one is just on the top. So send to back and then send to back. Okay, and then we have to construct here this decagon that we normally did. So construct perpendicular line. Okay, and then construct perpendicular line, and then here construct perpendicular line. Okay, so we built our decagon just this way. Okay, I will need one point on this side. So that's our decagon. I will make it extra color. and then make it red. So that is this what we do. Okay, so in this case, you see that the brown things are going slightly farther, but this is not really a big problem. So add, duplicate, page 14, and now let's start putting here this last touch. This is the central rosette. What we do it like this, just filling the corner. Okay, and now it's time for cleaning. Okay, so first remove these pentagons. Fine, gone. Now remove these things. Okay, the lines are maybe just in this way. Edit, select all lines, display, hide them. Okay, now the blue lines. Hide them. Fine. Now these lines. Okay, so we got something. There's a blue thing. Okay, and now next page, or maybe not next page. First, let's remove everything what we have here. So hide objects. Yes, okay, and then okay, so now points. Select all points. Keep only the corner points just in case. If you don't need them, don't worry. Hide. Okay, so this is what we did. Now remove this thing. We don't need this, okay. We don't need this. And now let's make larger pattern. Okay. Yes, okay, so this is what we got. Now make this point. You can add the color, the background color if you want, okay. So, okay. So in this case, I just need one big rectangle. I have to send it back. Okay. And then I have to make it the other one. Okay. So we got this. If you want, you can change the color of the line to white one or to something like this. So select all segments, select this thing. Okay, and you got a pattern like this. Okay, I think this is everything for today. I think you are tired. Okay. Yes, okay, and then sharing Okay, stop sharing screen. Okay, so how was the class?
Great, Professor. Thank you very much.
Are you tired?
No.
Listen, this design is really nice when you start doing it using the interlace part. Okay, but I didn't want to use the interlace part today because it could be much more complicated. So you can try to do interlace part at home.
My
Or,
work is
okay,
ready, Imrek.
okay, Laila is laughing. So I know that tomorrow I will get from Laila the same pattern done in
Yes.
interlace way.
I
Okay.
finished.
You finished it?
Yes. At
Okay,
the same time, I drawing.
okay. But did you finish it with the interlace?
Yes, interlace.
Okay. So you see, some people are really fast. Okay, so have a nice weekend.
Have a nice.
Not
Have a nice
much
weekend,
rain,
Professor.
not
you.
much snow, and see you next week.
Okay.
See you.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Okay.